my name is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm reaching out to all of you beautiful souls out there. I hope you're able to get out in nature somewhere. And Starlight did. She took her walk. I just got done doing that, and brr, is it cold in my area. It definitely has to be below 40 right now, maybe like 38 maybe. You know, it feels definitely below 40. And it was only supposed to get like 41, so it definitely has dropped. So anyway, if you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome, and you can find me at YouTube, and that is at Starlight, and that's Kathy with a K, Dingman. And not only I hope you're getting out in nature somewhere, is have you been working on yourself? Like, you know, trying to correct some things in your life, working on those flaws, loving yourself, you know, better each day, and don't be so hard on yourself. You know, let go of judging other people. Realize that they got their own issues and their own problems, and you really don't know, you know, like, why people do what they do. But, you know, like, sometimes you're never gonna figure that out. So you don't want to judge other people. So you want to say, hey, you know, that is, you know, you just want to be there to support them if you can. If they're the type of people that don't want any support, you know, you might want to just stay away anyway. But when Starlight is out, she's always trying to help people out. And I have seen some funky stuff since I've been in this situation, even before. So it is a trip, and no, I didn't take any, but life can be a trip at times, where you do see a lot of funky stuff out in the community as far as people goes. So you know, there's times that you might see something funky, and it might be that person could have some kind of problem, you know, like as a mental illness, or they could be on some kind of funky drug, whether they know about it or whether they don't know about it. But anyway, I know I'm getting really out there today on this starting point, is just be kind to other people. And even if you don't understand what other people are going through, really, you know, it takes years to get to this, is not to judge people, and realize that, you know, they could be going through stuff that you have no clue to what they're going through. And like they say is, unless you've been in a mile in my shoes, you know, like it really, you know, if somebody just jumped in my shoes, and, you know, they wouldn't be able to handle it, you know. And I don't want to jump in anybody else's shoes. Believe me, I've tasted enough in my lifetime, you know. So anyway, I do love all of you. I hope you're eating really good and healthy, you know. And I don't know what was up with Starlight yesterday. I just could not stop eating. I just ate and ate and ate. I'm like, what is up with this? But actually, it's kind of funny I say that, but I've been taking better care of myself, and eating more like I probably should have been, and getting more water in my system. Now today I didn't do so well, but anyway, make sure you're getting plenty of water, and work on yourself, and try to become that change that you want to see in the world. Become your greatest version that you can. And anyway, if you have been watching my videos, thank you so much. And you can give this video a thumbs up. Thank you, even if you liked my videos. I really appreciate you. Yeah, you. And also, you could subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, you could follow me on Instagram, and that's at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook at Kathy with a K, Dingman Starlight. So I do meet people in my area, and I just met a couple the other day, and so I don't know if they watched me or not, but it's really amazing how I meet people day to day. And so I get so thrilled to find out who am I going to meet next, you know. So it is beautiful though. And today I just want to reach out to all of you. And, you know, life can be challenging at times, you know, where, you know, like you could be going through relationship problems, Or, maybe you don't like where you live right now and you would like to make a change on that. Or it could be a job, financial problems, or financial area that you got to work on. And so all of that actually, and there could be so many other problems: relatives, friends, family, boyfriends, girlfriends, all that stuff, parents, your relatives. You might have, problems in those area. So it is hard when you're going through so much, and that is why it's so important that if you are going through any of those kind of problems, that you really, 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 really take good care of yourself. And don't neglect your needs when you're going through so much. And, you got to make sure you get plenty of water, plenty of rest, and Starlight, ever since I've been in this situation, I've been drinking coffee. So if you're going through that, you might want to drink a little less coffee, or not so strong. I know strong coffee really gets my nerves going. And to really avoid alcohol, when you're going through a lot, because it could backfire on you, wines and spirits, so you definitely got to be careful with that, or even, I do have to bring this up, even smoking pot, smoking marijuana is, I noticed with myself, and I know it is different with everyone, is if you're having a bad day, and you got a lot going on, and you can't stop thinking about the problems that you have, smoking marijuana or even cigarette smoking or alcohol might not be the best for you at that time. Really, smoking marijuana could make you, if you're going through a hard time and you smoke it, sometimes it can calm you down, but other times it can actually make it worse for you. So that would be the time to take a break a little bit, until you kind of air your thoughts out, kind of chill out for a while. And same with alcohol, because it really can affect you in a really negative way. And you really want to take good care of yourself if you're going through a lot of your thoughts are not your own, but a lot of people don't know that, and there's times I forget, so I just want to remind you, and that might be a hard thing, is that my whole life I thought my thoughts were my own. And a while back, I found out that my thoughts are not my own. And that was a hard thing to wrap my mind around, is, I thought those were all my thoughts, but they're not all my thoughts. So you got to be really careful of the things that you think that are your thoughts in your mind is not all yours. Sometimes it's things that have been said to you when you were a kid, in a negative way, or, people that know you, people around you. It could be other people's thoughts, that you're picking up, and you think that they're your own, and they might seem like they're your own, but really, more than likely, they're not your own. So you got to learn to really to stay in the now, and just to, if a thought comes in your mind, and you think it's your own, just, don't really attach yourself to that thought. Just kind of see it like a cloud going by. It's there, and it will go away. You just got to be patient and really try to think of something positive, or think of something else to kind of get your mind. And that's what I used to do with my kids, and that is how this 3D, the Matrix is that they're always distracting us. You might see something, notice something, but then they distract you by, hey, pay attention to this. Like now, football is a big, huge distraction. If you're a football fan, where there are, when it's guys and girls, a lot more these days, it's not just guys, because the guys got the girls into the football. It was, so that can happen. Either their father or brother or boyfriend or husband, is really into football, and now she's in the football. So football, just watching that sport, it can distract you into really the other things that you could have been working on. But now all that time that you spent watching football has taken you away from the things that you really should have been working on or noticing in this 3D matrix, the third dimension. So that's what they do. So that is what you kind of have to do with yourself. And I used to do that with my kids when they had little temper tantrums. My kids, yeah. No, my kids didn't have temper tantrums, like going in the store and they can't buy something they want. Oh, you want that? Oh, you can't have it. But, they would flip, well, at least one of them. And of course, after the one did that, the other one, I don't want to pick on my babies, but, it is kind of funny how the oldest one always seems to get the worst when it comes to bringing up kids. But I can't really say that about my kids. My kids definitely don't see favoritism with me as far as, like paying more attention to the one than the other, because I did. I was there for both of them. And, but when they had little tantrums, like Starlight would distract them, and forgetting that, then they would forget why they were even crying. And, I used to get my son giggling I got him from being really upset to getting him to laugh at his mom. You're probably wondering, how did you do that? How did you get him from being angry, being upset, having a fit, to getting him to laugh? And, so I will tell you really quick, I would sing songs to my son. And they were silly songs, and, I never knew how they were going to come, but I would try to rhyme them. And he was listening to the song that his mommy would sing to him. I didn't do this with my daughter. I did this with my son all the time. And he was listening to the song and how silly they sounded, and the little rhythm that he didn't even realize that he would have little dimples, in his cheek. And then he'd start giggling, smiling, and then start, he forgot really why he was angry and upset in the first place. So if you think thoughts that you think that, it could be doubts, maybe you're doubting something, or you think you're doubting something, or that you can just let it go, come and go like a cloud, and like I said, like what I did with my son is to, distract yourself. Find something else, like, and I really don't want to say a negative or a positive thought, but, it seems like there's negatives and positive thoughts, but try to either replace it with a positive thought, see a positive in it, or hey, I think it's time to check the laundry, or maybe I ought to just go and work on something. Maybe I forgot something that I need to attend to right now. Maybe I ought to, go to the bathroom or whatever. Or maybe now would be a good time to call somebody and, just to kind of distract you from that thought. But anytime that you're going through a hard time, whether it's financial problems or relationship problems, is to really, to make sure you're really taking good care of yourself. Make sure you're eating plenty of food, but you want to make sure you're eating the right kind of food. You can make problems worse if you're eating the wrong kind of food. It can make you really tired and really sleepy, take your energy away, different kind of things that food, depending on the kind that you eat. So you really want to eat, like, blueberries are really yummy. Starlight loves blueberries. And if you say you don't like blueberries, do what I did. I went to a blueberry a place where they had a whole bunch of blueberry bushes. And if you don't like blueberries, I really, really inspire you to go find them on a fresh bush and pick them yourself and try them there, because then you're eating a blueberry. I don't know what they sell in a store, but when they're off the bush, I didn't like blueberries until I tried them on a blueberry bush, fresh off a bush, and I was like, wow, these are delicious. the stuff in the store had no flavor really to them, but man, they tasted really blueberry, off a bush. But blueberries and grapes and strawberries and, different things like that, berries and stuff, really can help you out and make you feel better. You don't want to fill yourself up on a lot of sugary stuff or caffeine, or even those energy drinks that Starlight used to drink. Or, you don't want to drink alcohol or liquor, or, really, you just want to kind of get busy and do something positive to kind of, to take, go for a walk, go for a hike. That's my favorite place. Go find a stream of water, or, like a waterfall or a lake. My favorite is like streams of water, or even the ocean is beautiful. I like doing that, especially if it's warm enough to jump in that baby. I love jumping on the waves. I'm like, can't get enough of that when I go to an ocean. And don't do what Starlight did before. I had this was not at a nude beach this time. Is Starlight wore a brand new bikini with the strings tied on the side. It was really not the place to actually wear that particular bikini. Starlight almost lost her bikini at a not nude beach. So take Starlight's advice. Of course, guys, I hope you're not. Are you wearing string bikinis? So that is probably not the greatest thing to wear at a non-nude ocean, when you're jumping on the waves, because that baby can untie really quick. I got to add a little sense of humor in here, because that's what Starlight is all about. Is I'm a little twisted on the humor side, and but you really want to get out when you're stressed out. Besides other things, like besides getting out in nature, and hopefully the sun is out. And, take a beautiful walk somewhere. Find like a hiking place out in nature with some water and animals, and I like finding a spot to sit in the winter, not in the winter really, in the summer, bring a backpack with you, bring some, like a lunch with you, so you can just sit, and enjoy your time, whether by yourself or with other people. But when you're going through a hard time and you're, it's really best to go out by yourself somewhere and have that alone time, because you really need it. You really do. You need to, maybe look at really all the things that you're going through and ask the universe for help, ask the universe for guidance, the archangels, and, and be patient. I just asked a very important question this morning, today, to the universe, and it is amazing how when you learn to listen to your intuition, where it will guide you to tell you to do something that you weren't even really thinking about doing. And then when you do that, the universe can give you the answer that you're looking for. And, you might have called up a person and said, hey, out of the blue, I'm just going to call this person up, and and this just happened to me today, so I'm really grateful as I did. I called somebody that I care about, and I called them up, and, I was seeing how they were doing. That's all I was doing, was to call up and say, hey, how you doing? And it was a beautiful conversation, and that person had lots to say, which I was great to hear. And what they said is exactly what I needed. That is the message that I needed from God, the universe. The archangels, connected me with that person. It's not exactly the way I thought that the universe was going to give me an answer, but I am so grateful that and now the fun part is, after, there's times that you might ask the universe for, ask the universe a question, and the universe could give you exactly the answer to your question. And I had a question is, should I do this or should I not do this? I'm trying to think without saying what it is. Is this a good thing for me to do, or is it a negative thing for me to do? is this gonna hurt me or is this gonna help me? Those are the kind of questions I was wondering about a certain topic. And I really don't want to tell you all of Starlight's secrets, but it's amazing how I got that answer today. And have you ever asked a question, got the answer, but then you got peace about the answer that you got, but even though you got the answer, you kind of want to do what you want to do anyway, even though now you're like, okay, I got the answer, and now you got the choice of whether you're going to listen to that, the answer, like you got your answer, and now you know that, yeah, you should not do that, and yeah, it is not good for you to do that. Now, this is the fun part. Are you going to make the right choice? Are you gonna listen to your intuition when the universe is saying, Starlight, I love you, don't do that? Or are you gonna say, like, thank you for the answer, but I'm gonna do it anyway? So you really got to think twice. If universe, the angels, or somebody gives you an answer of a question that you had, and you go against what they said, if it was like a warning or a red flag like Starlight got today, and you go along and you just do whatever you want to do, are you really ready to pay the consequence of that thing that you're ready to do? Maybe it's not a good choice to do, so when the universe gives you an answer through however, it can happen in any way, and at any time, any situation, and you like, oh, thank you for giving me that answer, but you decided, well, I don't care, I'm just gonna do this. I just like, it could be a thing that you let me think. I gotta think of how to word this. Is something that you want to do, and it might necessarily, most of the time it might not be a bad thing, but maybe this time it is a bad thing. It could mess you up, but you want to take that chance and do it anyway, kind of thing. Is really think twice, before you do something, because it could backfire on you, and then you'd be like, the universe and God, the archangels, answered me by using that person, but I went and did what I wanted to do anyway. And God does give you a free will to decide what you want to do. But if things don't turn out right, it could really be like throwing a wrench into a machine and ruin so many things. It could mess you right up if you decide to do the wrong, make the wrong choice on what it is that you were asking. So really think twice, and be strong if you are in a situation like that, where you can choose, hey, I can do this or that. I could choose to do something that, is iffy, or I can be strong and say, you know what, I need to listen. I really do. I need to listen, to the universe and the angels, because I don't want more problems in my life. I want, things to go out great. I really, everything is going good for me. So I'm just going to stay on that path and just keep on doing the things that I'm doing right now. So you really do want to be careful out there in the world when you have questions. I'm serious, is that you got to ask the archangels and the universe for it, and be patient, and the answer will come. And like I said, it will come in a way that you do not expect. But don't make any quick rash decisions, because in the Bible it does say stuff like that, about that, is not to be too quick to jump in and just do something without thinking it through. Always make sure you have time to actually analyze what's going on, and to be able to make the right choice. And that goes with all kinds of stuff, the relationships, jobs, a place to live, like your health, like should you smoke that or should you drink that? Should you eat that? Are those things going to help you out? And, temptation can come at any time. Your doctor could say, hey, you know what? Really, we did a lot of tests on you and you really got to cut this out of your diet. And you go home and you hear what the doctor said, and then like it's in your cupboard. You look in the cupboard and it could be whiskey or wine or alcohol, or in a refrigerator, it could be beer or liquor to get you there quicker. And in the back of your head, what the doctor said, or even about smoking cigarettes, and where the doctor's like, yo, you gotta quit. You gotta, you're killing yourself by smoking this, and like you're really taking a risk at doing that. So temptation can come and knock on your door, where you're like, like I know what the doctor said, but it's what I was learning when I went to church. It's the flesh, that's your flesh. Your flesh is always caving into everything. Like the doctor says not to eat something, you're eating it. The doctor says not to drink something, you're drinking it. The doctor says not to smoke that or do this or get more exercise, and then you don't do what he says, or you do what he doesn't want you to do. So you gotta really, really be strong and talk yourself into it, that I can make the right decision. I'm going to make the right decision, and you got to be strong. You got to be, like care about yourself enough that you're not going to go do something that could hurt you later on down. It could put you in a hospital, or, it could even be worse than that, where I have seen lots in my life. I've seen, even being in the hospital where, there's somebody that's intoxicated in the hospital, and, it's horrible to watch that stuff. They drank way too much and now they're in the hospital, and they would be dangerous, without a car on the street, or even in the car, on the street, and, here they are in the hospital, and you're like, oh my, this person, because they're going through so much in the hospital, and they might give people, they got a spirit in them. So you really got to love yourself enough to, if the doctor says no, please listen, or, God, tries to help us out. But God did give us all a free will to decide on our own what we want to do or what we don't want to do. So you got to be, really strong, and really say, no, I'm going to be able to do this. I can fight this urge to do this or do that. You might have an urge to drink alcohol, an urge to smoke cigarettes, an urge to smoke pot. Some people have an urge, they have sexual addictions, like where they just got to keep on going to the bar and just either picking up women or picking up men, because both sexes do that. It's not just the guys. Absolutely not. There's a lot of girls that go out to the bars looking to get picked up by guys, they're thinking that's a way of healing themselves, and it's really not. It's actually, it would be best that they spent some time with themselves and, work on themselves, instead of thinking that's going to cover it's not going to be a big Band-Aid that it's going to cover up the problem and the problems that they have from past experiences. So that pleasure is only for a short period of time, then it goes away and the problem's still there. So that's not going to solve your heartaches and your problems as far as relationship goes. And also with alcohol, it's not going to solve your problems, but by being alone with yourself and seeing therapy, going out and talking to a therapist or a counselor that can, where you can talk and express. You just can't talk to just anybody. You got to be able to trust the people that you open up to, because you got to trust that they're not going to talk behind your back. They're not going to spread stuff around about you, and they're not going to give you bad advice. So when it comes to having problems as far as getting healed, you really definitely want to make sure you go to the right kind of people, because some people could give you the wrong information. And I've had that happen before to me when I was younger, where somebody actually told me to go and kill myself. Yeah, go do it. Do it, you know. Really, you're my friend. You say you're my friend, but you're telling me to go out. What's stopping you? Do it. Go out and kill yourself. Really, you're my friend, and you're telling me to go out and kill myself? You know, really, is that really the best advice that you could give somebody that's going through a hard time? Is to, yeah, what, you know, here, I'll get you the gun, and I'll get you the knife, and here, I'll watch. You know, that is not the kind of people you want to give you advice. What if you went and did it? What if you know, and that, you know, when you're down and out and you're in a state of mind like that about wanting to end your life, those thoughts that people said to you before is going to come right back up, and, you know, it could be the very thing that makes you to end your life. So you definitely want to make sure who you are opening up to if you're having a hard time is that you trust them, you know, and that they love you. You know, they're not just like trying to, and this happens a lot with the females, is I would have to say females, is a lot of times with females, they'll be going through a hard time, and there could be a man that just wants to have her for sex, and so he'll sit and he'll hear her story, and he doesn't care one bit at all about her, you know, and he, you know, and you know, it happens where she's like, oh, wow, he's a sweet guy. He actually said, no, he wasn't sweet. He just wanted something from her. You know, he was playing like he wanted to, you know, like help her out, but he didn't want to. He just was putting up with this stuff just so he can get his way later on, you know, and I don't know if women do that, but I definitely know that men do that. You know, so, and I don't want to really pick on just guys on that, but I really can't see a female, really, it's really more of a man's place to kind of, not that it should be, you know, that men will take advantages of women to have their way with them. And you know, maybe there's women that, I can't say I do that stuff, you know. If anything, I just wanted to have love with a person, a guy, of course. Starlight's not in the chicks. I just had a guy ask me that the other day. He wanted my telephone number, and I'm like, I don't know you, and I'm not gonna give you my number. And he's like, oh, what are you, in the chicks? No, been there, done that, don't like it. We're good. But you know, with me, I've always been drawn into guys because I really wanted to be loved by him, you know. And so it wasn't always about sex, you know. There's times, of course, I have been guilty at that, but it's not for me, you know. I'm about the real deal, a real connection, and a you know, a man that really desires to be with me and loves me for who I am, and that can help me to grow in life. That's been my desires forever, is to find a man that loves me enough to help me to work on myself, and I would do the same for him if he can deal with it. Can you? So anyway, it is so important to really make sure you're eating healthy, exercise, don't stay in the bed too long. You know, you make yourself get up, say, you know what, you laid there long enough in the morning, get up. Don't stay, I'm telling you, that can really mess you up if you're in bed too long, you're sleeping too much. You do want to get your hours of sleep depending on your age, you know, but you don't want to make it a habit of, you know, going to bed at 8 and waking up at 12 the next day, you know, in the afternoon. You know, you don't want to make a habit of that. You definitely want to push yourself and say, you know what, today I'm going to set the alarm clock for this time, and I'm going to get up, and if you got to, go take a shower, snap out of it, get that coffee or whatever, you know, not the beer. Please put the beer down. Not the bear, but the beer. You know, so I do love all of you. I really hope you get help. This is a video on, you know, like how to handle things when you're going through a hard time, is to really get alone with yourself, or to find somebody that you can trust that would be a great person to, to talk to. You need to, and if you gotta, find some alone time and get alone, or if you can get alone with yourself in your house or in your apartment or wherever you live. And hey, if you need to cry, cry. Really, we need to do that at times, but don't do what Starlight used to do a long time ago, is cry a river. Cry for a period of time. I didn't know that. Some beautiful person out there said that in a video one time, and I'm like, I wish I heard that one before, because you don't want to overdo it. You can just cry, get it out of your system, and then say, okay, I got it out of my system. Let me, like I always like taking baths. I'm a bathaholic. Go take a relaxing bath, or, lay down and relax a little bit, but you don't want to stay in bed forever if you're going through a hard time, and of a habit of doing that, repeating that over and over again, because it could be a habit. I love all of you. I hope you get a lot of help from this video. Like I said, eat healthy, get some sleep, go out in nature, get out with the birds and bees and leaves and trees, and don't forget those butterflies out there. And anyway, I love you. This is Starlight, love and light. Peace.